There's so much happening in this world right at this moment, it's really hard to keep up with it. We've got Epstein files being released, the implications around Elon Musk and particularly Donald Trump. We have a world that's in disarray because of Trump. We have the American dollar looking like it's going to take a dive, and that America is heading possibly for a depression. We're in a situation where lots of stuff's happening in Minnesota. The rule of law has been abolished. Don Lemon has been arrested, so freedom of speech is under attack in the United States. But here in Australia, and this is what I want to focus on for this podcast, I'll talk about all the other stuff at some other time, is that here in Australia we have issued an invitation to President Isaac Herzog from Israel to attend Australia because after the Bondi attack, apparently the Jewish community have been seeking someone that can have a conversation with them and demonstrate their sympathy and empathy for what happened in Bondi and anti-Semitism in Australia. What, unfortunately, the Labor Party don't seem to understand is that this man is an extremely divisive figure, that it will mean that there will be heaps of protests, that the nation will become further and further divided. We'll see the right wing having a hissy fit and saying that all of this is anti-Semitism, and that it will feed that echo chamber which says any challenge to the Israel government's attitude, beliefs, and the behaviours in Gaza and also now West Bank will heighten that sense of anti-Semitism in this country. Albo should be aware of this, very much so. He's a man who has actually, to his credit, has done what he can to prevent the politicisation of the events that occurred on December the 14th. He has done what he can to ensure that he didn't buy into much of the conversation at that time. Lots of criticism, and fair enough, about the way he handled it and how people have perceived him. I understand all of that, and I get it. And I'm not going to offer some sort of justification for any of that, because I don't know if it is justifiable. But in relation to this particular issue, it is of importance. So on the 23rd of December 2025, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese announced that he had invited Israel President Isaac Herzog to visit Australia to honour and remember victims of the Bondi anti-Semitist terrorist attack and provide support for Jewish Australians in the Australian Jewish community at this time. Little more than a day earlier, Isaac's Security Cabinet had endorsed the establishment and recognition of 19 new settlements in the West Bank, which are illegal under international law. In extending an invitation to Herzog, who is scheduled to arrive in Australia on the 7th of February, Albanese undermined his own government's efforts to promote social cohesion and respect for the rule of law and to support efforts to criminalise hate speech. Herzog is the president of the state whose government's defending a case before the International Court of Justice in which it has been accused of committing acts of genocide in Gaza. That case, which was brought by South Africa, cites statements made by Herzog, which it says are evidence of genocidal intent. Less than a week after the 7th October 2023 attack in South Israel, Herzog said at a press briefing, the issue here is that Herzog himself has continued to argue that the slaughter that happened in genocide is justifiable, and we know that it's not. And so those of us that stand on the other side of this issue, those people that can see what's happening in Gaza, who insist that it is a genocide and that the Israel government, and Herzog in particular and Netanyahu, are people who are responsible for all of this. And we should make a stand. And I would suggest that people do what you can to make a stand in relation to all of this and to attend the rallies if he does come here to Australia. But the important thing here is that there are people objecting to this. So Albanese defends Isaac Herzog's Australia visit as federal MPs join calls to rescind invitation. Independent MP Sophie Scamps joins Labor's Friends of Palestine group and Green Senator Marine Faraki in objecting to Israel's president's visit. Anthony Albanese has defended the government's invitation to Israel President Isaac Herzog to visit after another federal MP joined calls to cancel the visit after the Bondi terror attack. Herzog's arrival in February will be met by a major security response in Sydney, and what in the hell is that going to cost us? And planned protests nationwide from pro-Palestinian groups demonstrating against the civilian death toll from Israel's war on Gaza. Labor's internal Friends of Palestine group has again called on the government to rescind Herzog's invitation, a call echoed by independent MP Sophie Scamps on Thursday, who said the visit risks igniting further division. And I couldn't agree more. And we should object to it. We really should. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Is this an issue that we should be confronting? I think it is. Because, we should be endeavouring to have a conversation, an open conversation about the horrors that are being committed by the Israel government and the IDF. We should be having that conversation. We should not we should not sort of dismiss it. We should find a way to have a dialogue about what this means. Bringing this man into Australia is just going to catalyse the issue and to create an environment which is going to be uncomfortable to him, it's going to be uncomfortable to the Australian government, and it's going to create division, and certainly the right wing in particular are going to get their knickers in a knot over all of this because they will see it as an anti-Semitic move. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe to my videos and ring the bell for the notifications. Let me know what you think. More to come, particularly in relation to what we're discovering about the Epstein files, the way the world is right at this moment, and the contribution that Donald Trump makes to that sort of division. Let me know what you think. Take care, everybody.